So we are live on Instagram, Facebook, and DSLR, which hopefully will not cut out the video this time. But welcome everybody to episode 7 of Mike in a Bottle, joined as usual, but by Abdel, Yasmin,
hello,
and myself, Kevin. So, what's going on, guys?
Not much. I was just telling him just routine.
Routine?
Waiting for this year to end.
What is the routine looking like for Yasmin right now?
Usually all the mornings I'm coaching, and if I get like later sessions, I get to go to the gym in the morning. If not, I just skip the gym, go straight to coaching, then go back, meet with some friends, watch a movie or something, and then before you know it, it's the curfew.
And right. The curfew.
I was thinking about all the references this year to how people are dealing with all of these situations, the lockdown, the COVID, and I realized that going through the seasons in the year. Mm-hmm. And having to deal with this type of stuff, it really like the way you do things changes a lot. So like
it affects you.
It affects you.
Yeah.
Like in what way can you
like
specifically recall something?
Your
like
habits, your routine. We've had to live like a very special summer, for example, where people were having fun, but also trying to be safe and also trying to make sure that that they don't die, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean,
survival mode.
Yeah, the whole beginning of this whole, COVID started with so much uncertainty. Like when you're coming from absolutely zero knowledge base, you have to, as a society, collect information really quickly. And a lot of this period of time is full of fear because you don't really know exactly the details of it.
Yeah.
And as we figured it out, society changed, and that's been interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I think that brings us back to the last time we spoke, which was adaptability.
Yeah.
The way you adapt.
Yeah.
The situations are changing. They will keep changing. So all we have to do is just keep up with what's happening. Otherwise, we're gonna be left behind. And before we realize it, this year is almost over. 2021 is coming. So we'll see what's waiting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting seeing like all of humanity like dealing with this at the same time, but in their own way, and having to deal with this like constantly changing set of rules and set of fears. Different people react to it differently. I've seen it happen. Like I've been in a place where I'm really looking for the next opportunities in terms of success, in terms of making projects that work, in terms of making money. And I've been seeing the market and how like it's responding to this. And when I say the market, I don't mean companies or anything. I mean people who are trying to survive, to make money. All the ways that they are doing it now.
Exactly.
But like same time last year, we were in a completely different scene in terms of what people thought could make them money. Because people here in the pandemic, they were pushed out of jobs, they were pushed into extreme needs for money.
Yes.
And it's true there was a need for that money before, but it wasn't as pressing as now, where the situation is so uncertain.
Uncertain, exactly.
Right? And you could lose your job like this, you could find yourself out of your house like
anything
this.
can happen.
Like I know tons of people who were displaced like because of this, because the money stopped coming in, therefore they couldn't pay the rent, and the landlord is like, it's not my problem. Right.
Yeah, it's true.
And so you find people pushed into like these corners where they have to find the next way to survive. Right? And as everybody tries to do it at the same time, it's really interesting to see people, for example, like the things I've been looking into is like this thing called drop shipping. Drop shipping is a very interesting concept, actually. It's basically opening a store online where you're selling stuff that you are important importing from somewhere else. So let's say somewhere in China, you order a bunch of I don't know, girls' accessories, for example.
Okay.
You make a really nice looking website with photos of these elements and videos. And you advertise it on Facebook. You put it on regular automatic Facebook sponsorship.
Okay.
So there's tons of people being exposed to your ad every day. Eventually, some teenager, some person is gonna want that accessory, and they're gonna go. If the experience is easy enough, they will buy your thing. And what this is the most interesting thing is that gives the order directly to the Chinese producer of the item, who sends it directly to the person.
So
like you're not involved at that point.
Exactly.
You're just the middle person.
Yeah, you're just finding the contacts for the company essentially.
But on an automatic level, right?
Yeah.
It's on a website and it all goes automatically.
Okay, so all he had to do is just like create
set up a store,
Yeah.
right? Like on a place like Shopify, for example,
Yeah.
with which we're not affiliated.
Has no paid advertising, guys.
If they want, it's okay. Welcome.
Yeah.
And so like places like these, people go, it's very easy, the process is super simple. You don't even have to know how to code or make a website or whatever. You just pick your elements. I want to import this and this and this. And then you create a shop. And then you're making money.
Yeah.
And it became very popular this year. It existed before, but not with the intensity you see it this year.
Okay.
Things like Fiverr, like freelancing, like the freelance gigs are exploding right now. Everybody's doing that, and lots of people are making money from it. And people are able to scale up. There you have these operations where people have tons of these websites running at the same time.
Okay.
So this is one way, right? Another way is people are trying right now to create new companies. You see a lot of new services coming up.
New needs popping up, so new responses to that. Yeah.
I can't think of an example right now, but I'm pretty sure that recently I saw a new kind of business that I've never seen before just opened up in a stand in the street.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was exactly, but I remember thinking that, wow, this guy's ahead of his time.
Okay, interesting. I wish you could remember. You got me intrigued.
It was not something that original, but it's pushing. What I'm saying is that this situation is pushing people into some kind of creativity, but also a new set of habits and a new set of ways.
Yeah. And then in 2021, all these new developments, and once society stabilizes, this is going to be a new avenue of development for every country.
Think about, for example, like food delivery.
Yeah, right? I was gonna mention that deliveries.
It's super big now, right?
Yes, all deliveries, because that was like the one most essential need that people, when they were locked inside their houses, that they were looking for.
Right.
Somebody could deliver to me. I still want to do things. I still want to feel like I'm living my normal life, like go to the grocery store or just order something from outside. So now I think it moved a lot, the delivery process, and made people trust it more because they were needing it.
So that is going to be very interesting for the future when there's no pandemic, and now
and all
like
these
these things are very normal, right?
Exactly.
So obviously you're gonna work outside of the pandemic. I remember several times before the pandemic thinking that Tunisia lacks so much in delivery services. Like there are so many kinds of food that I wish I could get, but they're so overpriced when you get them delivered that like lots of people are just locked out of this market.
Yes,
but actually like just trying to order a decently priced pizza, like you find a lot of trouble. First finding someone that will come to your location, and then like finding the right place or
for the right price
and the ability to deliver eventually, right?
Yeah.
Nobody used to deliver before.
Yeah, but now there is a lot of competition in that sector.
Now everybody delivers.
Which is good for us because the prices are a bit lower.
They're starting
I don't
to lower.
think it's still that logical because they still charge pretty high amounts of money compared to the amount you're spending in the first place on the food. So I think with the time people are just gonna get used to it, like you said, and they will be like adopting it as a new way of life. It's not a luxury anymore, but it's just like, okay, it's an option
new
now.
option.
Like I think in a couple of years you could probably not succeed as a restaurant if you don't do delivery.
Of course.
You're not gonna go too far.
Because that's like a sector of the business.
Like
now.
everybody expects you to have delivery. Otherwise, what kind of place you're running over here?
You're losing you're losing potential customers.
Yeah.
Same shit for websites.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows they need one. You see services pop up on Facebook
Of
all the
course.
time. Do you want to make a website? You want to make a
Yeah.
website? Make a website. Make a
Yes.
website.
True.
That means it's running. It's working. Lots of people are ordering this,
Yeah.
right?
A lot
Because-
of things, sorry, go ahead.
Go on.
A lot of things have been a part of our lifestyle. It's just that we never gave it so much of importance,
Attention, yeah.
attention, or the complete opposite, that we thought were too essential or too necessary for us. Like we
Right.
couldn't go along with our lives without having that thing. That now, in this situation, we think it's no need for that. Now I can get rid of that, or I don't need that thing to survive. Like all the luxurious things, the fact that you can go out anytime you like and stuff like that. So now
Taking
you
stuff for
realize
granted, like
Taking
you
stuff
won't
for
you won't
granted,
do that
yes.
anymore if you
Yeah.
live through this period,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and remember it clearly, right? Like,
Like it's crazy the things that we took for granted before.
yes.
yeah.
That
Yeah, now think about like online conversing, online education in general, you know, like things that
Online
were
education.
yeah, oh my god, like you think about online education before, yes it existed, but no
it-
one really put any heavy thought into it.
Yeah, it doesn't stand a chance compared to.
Yeah, it never,
traditional.
I don't think it ever will, because there's just something that you lose when two people are not standing next to each other.
Okay, true.
As far as like, you know, body language,
Yeah,
you know,
Human
expression,
interaction.
you can't replace
no
that,
matter
but
where you do where you apply this to whatever subject, it's always better. Actually, we found out to
Yeah.
be in the same
In person,
place.
yeah.
you know,
Right.
humans need each other, and that, like, no amount of technology can
Can
replace
replace
that.
Replace
the
that.
actual thing.
Exactly.
It can just be like a quick substitute,
Exactly.
right? Which is what we talked about like a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Remember, like how it's substituting
Yeah.
real life.
Yeah,
Correct.
It's not the main
yes,
thing,
exactly,
right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's a parallel.
So
it can go in parallel.
it's like we know that people, they will always prefer to be in person, right? To meet, to be able to see each other. But this pandemic thing has really like turned things upside down for
Forever.
people not being able to meet each other.
Yeah.
Now everybody turns to technology, and I think coronavirus is one of the best things that could have happened to the internet.
That's
Ever.
true. That's true.
The internet has evolved so much in the last like few months.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me,
everything.
like,
That's the way
give me an
now.
example.
An example is video calling applications. Before
Working
like
from home.
a year ago, no one ever heard of anything but Skype for a thing to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you do your video calls, sure, but Skype, everybody knows it's made for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Zoom first is the giant, Skype is just a secondary player, and
Yes.
you got like tons of apps offering the exact same service and really competing for that market,
True.
right? Before, there wasn't an extreme need for that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like there was one maybe application like that everybody used, and the other ones everybody chooses theirs. Today you have so much choice in these things because everybody's doing online meetings.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It affected all kinds of markets, not only internet, like we
Yeah.
spoke about it last time.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that we see that we are able to adapt. So it's okay to just go out of that comfort zone of like being too attached to your habits or to your lifestyle. Now you see that, okay, it's the holiday season, or people like the New Year's approaching, people are should be getting holidays, like traveling or going in between cities. But now with the curfew, now with everything, you just appreciate what you can, what you have. What you
Yeah.
can do is just stay home and don't go out after 8 p.m. So it's
Yeah.
just like life goes on anyways. It's not that essential. It's just like we should try to enjoy whatever we have and just keep adapting. If something changes, okay, we also can adapt and change.
And that's also one of the, I think, bright things about, well, not bright, but one of the positive sides of a pandemic like this one.
True.
Is that people have gone through change. They've seen what should not be taken for granted, how you should adapt fast to situations, how if you don't adapt fast you're gonna suffer consequences, right? It happened at a time where people were so set in their ways in many things. You got like categories. You got categories of people that just have a certain level of comfort that for them is a life or death, right?
Yeah.
It's really important, and now suddenly, like that comfort is not necessarily so
Not there.
available,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it kind of that also ties into what our larger conversation about adaptability.
Yeah.
The ones who are adaptable stick through it,
It's true.
and adapt, and go on and use everything they learned to
I-
add to their life, right? And then there are
Agree.
those who are resistant, and you know how that goes.
I've been asking this question to everyone I meet, every new person I meet, or every person I know too. I was asking people, did you go through some change during the confinement period, the first lockdown, right? And things happened to so many people in so many people's lives.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of weird incidents happening to everybody all of a sudden. Everybody I heard had some kind of anecdote or worse accident. Like I got bit by that gigantic dog.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
Like he tore my arms.
like the society angst
Yeah.
just expresses itself in everyone in some way.
Every person I met had something really interesting to tell me, really exciting about what.
Because of the lockdown.
Not always directly, but
Okay,
somehow
somehow.
everybody was
Affected.
synchronized, and that pushed a lot of people, even those who didn't have things happen to them, to really question themselves a lot.
Yeah.
To go into like all this inner thought about what I thought was something I could take for granted.
Yeah,
and what
it's
isn't.
true,
right?
true. I think the positive side of this pandemic, now that we are approaching to the end of it, I hope by the end of the
Yeah.
year,
We
is
hope.
that unified.
Next year, you mean?
Next year.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it unified people somehow. Like you said, for example, everybody had an event, so everybody could relate to something directly
Yeah.
or indirectly
Yeah.
to the pandemic. But somehow it unified everybody. It means like, okay, you can have other beliefs, you can just believe what you're seeing or what is happening, you can just deny it, but at a certain level, everybody was affected. So everybody
Everybody on the
realized, like,
planet.
if we don't act as a group, or if we don't think as a group, as a humanity,
As a unit, yeah.
as a unit, it's not gonna work. For example, you can adapt that thought and go ahead by it, but I will sustain all this. I'll be saying no, for example, it's not gonna work. So it's either
We have to work
everybody is
together.
united or nothing is gonna work. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think the next year is looking like?
It's hard to tell.
well, it is hard to tell because there's between reality and what you wish for. I think for now is like a big gap.
Yeah.
So that makes it like hard to predict.
Yeah, like everyone had their ideas on what 2020 was going to be like,
Oh yes.
right?
I bet no one saw this coming.
And it did a complete 360 on everyone's expectations,
Yeah.
right?
Surprise!
Right? 2021, but the way I kind of positively look at it, like every action has a reaction, right?
Okay.
Like when humanity in general, it's kind of like a law I feel that exists, right? Like when you go through the worst of times,
There's
the
a
better
reset?
there's a reset. Yeah, there's like much really good times after this.
There's.
So it's a way to be hopeful.
I was thinking about the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing, but something along the same lines. Like this seems to me like a sort of great reset of people's
Yeah.
attitude
True.
Yeah.
towards things.
True.
Right? No matter like how set and comfortable you were before, like you don't know what the fuck is going to happen one day
Yeah.
that like makes all those future plans like just have to change.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it goes down, like, you can even simplify that to, like, mortality, right? Like, you don't know if you're going to walk one day and get hit by a bus, right? That changes everything. But in general, I get what you mean.
Here's a little arch I'm gonna make. Like if the pandemic is considered a bit like a reset, right?
Okay.
Where when people get to a point and there's a reset.
Uh-huh.
You can think a bit about pandemics in general.
Okay.
The worst ones.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually pandemics that did reset the status in the history of like
Of course they
Yeah.
did.
all the species together.
Of course they did,
right?
yes.
Right.
Certain species sometimes go through evolutionary events,
Right.
and lots of them disappear at the same time. Something is reset,
Are
right?
you saying we are disappearing?
No.
Uh-oh.
Here's what I was thinking.
Get another
Okay.
drink for that.
If a pandemic in itself
Okay.
is a biological reset,
Okay.
this pandemic actually was more of a mental reset.
Okay.
More of a like how to describe it?
It means like we're not going to be extinct, but at least in our minds, a lot of things have changed that
Yeah,
will
mentally
affect.
it did reset a lot of people, I think.
It will, yeah, of course.
More than we know.
Yeah.
I really
All
believe
the world.
so. Yeah,
Almost.
yeah. Like we said, like not one person, 7 billion people are on this planet. Well, actually, not everybody. There's some islands that never experienced
But
this.
they
You
know
said
about
Taiwan.
it.
They know of
about
it,
it,
yeah.
and they believe it, and they've seen the numbers. It's not like, because sometimes when you hear about something happening in another country, you'll be like, oh, that's
Yeah,
never
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
reach to me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
affected by that.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
it's like, it's tremendous happening in that country.
Doesn't
But
affect you, right?
Doesn't affect
Yeah.
you, but now it did at least
Affect
come close
everybody.
to everybody. Even those islands. I mean, like the
Fiji.
closest island, like Australia, was heavily affected. So I think, it
Yeah.
has its way.
Were you talking about uncontacted tribes?
Yeah, exactly.
Those guys don't even know we have airplanes. Like, they're like, oh, look at the big monster in the sky. Because humans are not allowed to actually get in touch with them.
Yeah, you can't
It's
travel
illegal.
there. Oh, really?
It's illegal to
With
go
who?
to contact uncontacted tribes in the
Uncontacted
countries
tribes.
like
Tribes.
where their areas are.
Hmm.
It's illegal to go in. Like they're
Oh, they're
protected.
They
They're
might eat you.
What?
Yeah, they
never
could
know.
kill you, and they have no
Except-
ID. Like they're not gonna go to jail.
Except for YouTubers. YouTubers can get in there.
I don't think so.
Oh my god.
I think like you
I'd be
need
like, guys.
you need like consent from the government and
I would love for somebody watching this to get a video of a confiscated island. What is it?
uncontacted tribe.
Uncontacted tribe. And find a YouTube video and send it to us either on Instagram
Just to prove
or
Kevin right.
yeah. 'Cause I would
No.
love to know this.
I think they will
Actually.
stay uncontacted for a reason. If somebody
Yeah.
reached to them, especially a YouTuber, like you're saying,
Yeah.
they are not.
That's a really bad
legit.
idea. Please don't do this.
That's not legit anymore.
Or wear a mask when you do.
Well,
That's funny. But which one do you think is better, the biological reset or the mental reset?
No, mental reset.
biological
Yes,
reset.
mental reset is better, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
What do you mean biological reset?
Biological, it means
Like
like the
that,
dinosaurs, they disappeared.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, mental reset's good.
Yeah. Kevin wants the dinosaurs, but it's too late for those.
Yeah, we that ship has sailed.
Yeah. Imagine having had dinosaurs on Earth.
Well, I mean, some people call chickens little dinosaurs and birds.
Well, they are the
Right?
ancestors.
Yeah, and then
What?
I've heard like, no, listen,
Not
yes,
birds, yes.
see,
Yes.
I knew it. We don't
Chicken
have a
and-
fact checker, but thank you, Yasmin.
Yes.
I saw this on a news story somewhere.
Okay.
I've read it
That
somewhere
there's no
as
way,
well.
like in dinosaur movies, this is kind of unrelated, but in dinosaur movies they have like all the skin because it's scarier, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
but there's nothing to prove that because
They didn't have
that they
feathers.
didn't have feathers.
That's a new image for dinosaurs for me.
Yeah,
Feathered
man.
dinosaurs.
Hey, look it up. Someone look that up. Send me
Find
a YouTube video.
Find us a feathered dinosaur.
Yeah, some
No,
feathered dinosaurs.
no. I mean, find us if maybe there was furry dinosaurs. Can you imagine? Like all of them. There was the mammoth. That guy looked pretty furry.
Yeah, it's furry,
Huh?
furry as fuck.
furry as fuck. Maybe dinosaurs, all of them, they were just all fluffy as fuck, and they didn't eat the humans. They were just like really gigantic pets.
Yeah, like giraffes we have today.
Ooh.
But I think a giraffe can knock you down, though.
Can that what?
Can knock you down.
Ah, can knock you down. Oh yeah. If she wants to.
But she's not gonna eat you, though.
No.
Well, it's still
So
recording.
yeah, I wonder, did the dinosaurs have feathers or fur? Let us know in your comments.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be lovely if somebody could give us some information. That would validate this whole experience so far.
And-
Go live on my Instagram.
Oh man. Oh, we would definitely get some
too
answers on
late
yours.
now.
It's all good. Well, I'll show you this video and then
Okay.
maybe you'll get some response.
I was thinking for the next few episodes, especially when you have your Instagram on,
Okay.
we should have a way to see comments and
Okay.
answer them
Okay.
like in real time.
Oh,
Okay.
that'd be
Yeah, we
lovely.
could.
We got to put that together.
I just checked, but nobody's commenting. But I just see people joining. It tells you also when someone's
Does
joining.
it?
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, we've gone about 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
So we're
We're
5
on.
minutes.
Alright, let me tell you what happened, Kevin.
What?
Let me tell you what happened.
What happened?
You keep looking at your watch, and
Yeah.
so I think we engaged in wrapping up constantly.
Oh, really? Is that what you guys are doing?
Because I know.
No, because I had this timer set because that camera back there is unpredictable. It'll just stop randomly. I have no idea why. So I'm like guessing it's about 25 minutes. So I put 25 minutes so I know to check the camera at 25 minutes.
Oh my
And
god.
I just check it's still recording. So it's like driving me crazy. Like what's going on?
Okay.
Anyways, so I apologize to everyone, including my co-host, that I'm looking at my watch all the time. But I really want to figure out this damn
Hey,
camera back there.
That's actually really interesting. I keep doing this joke on him basically. Like
I
every
know,
time-
that's
every
quite
time
often.
we're in a conversation, he's got the smartwatch, so he's just looking there to like see his messages. Like last time when you were not here.
Uh-huh.
And you called him on the phone. He answered on his watch, talking
Yeah.
on the watch.
Hey.
It looks so
Hey,
nerdy.
no,
Hello.
see, listen, guys.
Hello, agent.
They did
I hear you.
Star Trek would dream of this watch. This is wonderful technology.
I know.
Very
But when
convenient.
When you're in the middle of a conversation with someone, you get a message and it vibrates, and so you instinctively
Talk to me.
So you're like, so sometimes we're having conversation with someone, or just me and him,
Yeah.
and suddenly he's like, I'm like, what?
I know.
Am I boring you?
I apologize.
Then I realize it's a smartwatch,
So
so I'm like,
rude.
okay, oh, he's not bored of me.
Yeah,
He's
no.
just
So
checking his
rude,
message.
so rude.
Yeah, I got to be more mindful of this.
What I'm worried about is that you'd be with some people who don't know the concept of smartwatches,
No,
and
come
they
on.
keep talking to you,
Unless, no, of course
You know
not.
what?
and you
Hey.
keep doing. Let's go.
Come on, hurry it up,
Wrap
sister.
it up.
Wrap it up.
Every 5 seconds you get a message.
Stop.
Slow up, exact.
We have this
Guys.
friend. We have this friend Noor,
Uh-huh.
who texts like one word per text,
Okay.
and like when she's talking to you, your phone vibrates for like 5 minutes straight.
Okay.
Zzz, 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 zzz.
Yeah.
She texts like every word in its own message.
Oh my
Right?
god.
So it's really annoying.
Oh, we love you, Nor.
Yes, we do. But you know you do. And so, if something like this, if you constantly have the reflex